Hello everybody, this is James Braithwaite, physiotherapist here at Yorkville Physiotherapy in downtown Toronto. It's another beautiful day outside today in the spring of 2013 and we're going to talk on this day about groin strains. And we're going to talk about them because it's a super common activity, or injury, from athletic activities of so many different kinds, whether you're playing hockey, side to side, cutting in field sports, explosive movement in any kind of sport actually, or even just regular day-to-day activities like running upstairs, turning corners, that type of thing. Any of these types of activities can cause groin strains. So what is a groin strain? It's damage to the muscle belly of one of the adductor group of muscles. And the adductor group of muscles are the muscles that line the inner part of your thigh. The job of that group of muscles is to bring your leg from out to in, like that. And those muscles span from your pubic bone on the pelvis all the way down to the knee, and in the case of one of the adductor muscles, even past the knee. So when you have a groin strain, you can feel discomfort anywhere along this distribution. A quick and dirty way to sort of test yourself is to just lie down on a surface. If you think you've got a groin strain, most of the time people know, right? You feel some pain and discomfort here. But just bring your leg up into, or your hip up into maximum flexion like this. Or out into the old figure 4 position like this. Both of those movements will be particularly tender in someone with a groin strain, right? So once again, the figure 4 here, or like maximum hip flexion here. Both of those are typically problematic. Incidentally, both of those are also typically introductory stretches that you would give yourself. So, on that note, if you've got a groin strain, what do? You start with those stretches that we just did. So either the hip flexion stretch, just to the point where you're starting to feel discomfort and then no further. So it might be here, it might be here, it might be here, it might be here. Wherever it is for you, hang out there for 30 seconds all the way up to 2 minutes. I want you to sort of hang out in those types of positions. And then as you're improving over a period of days, you should notice that you're able to get further and further into range. Same thing with your figure 4 stretch. You can take a support like a pillow and use it to brace your leg so that you're not sort of letting the leg drop out into the pain zone, right? So prop it, give it a little bit of TLC, a little bit of support. In the case where the tissue isn't acutely damaged and isn't throbbing type constant pain, you can even put a hot pack on the musculature to make it a little bit more extensible. Your muscles are actually kind of like chewing gum. So if you heat them up, they'll get a little bit more gumby, a little bit more extensible. So so a hot pack for 20 minutes before you start stretching can be super helpful. Only do that though if it's not a throbbing constant type pain. If it is throbbing and constant type pain, then the tissue is actively inflamed and probably won't respond well to heat, and that's the case where you would do ice instead of heat. Okay, so you've done your stretching. Let's say it's more than a week out now from the original injury. You're going to start to do some resistance training exercises. Okay, so you're going to get yourself a piece of resistance band. So I'm just going to cut some on the fly here, since this is an on-the-fly video. Let's cut ourselves a piece of resistance band. There we go. This is where I get my super fast making resistance band tools, hat on. So I'm once again going to get onto my table, my bed, my floor, whatever, and I've got like a little loop in my resistance band. I'm going to wrap it around my leg like this, and I'm just going to get into that figure 4 type position. This again, I'm a week or more out from the original injury, and I can handle a good figure 4 stretch, okay? And I'm going to give the band a little bit of tension, and I'm just going to work on adducting the leg, bringing the leg into a more flexed versus abducted position. Okay? So doing sets of 12 of these, slow and controlled, looking for good smooth movement rather than herky, jerky movement, which you may be more inclined to do as your first start. The further along you get in your recovery, the smoother the movement's going to be. When you're hunky-dory with that, then you start to get into loading exercise. Starting with, even actually before we even load the leg, let's pretend that my right side is the injured leg. You can get into just swings, looking for just being able to swing your leg without pain. Okay? There's a phone going off, let's not worry about that. If you're comfortable doing that type of activity, then starting to get into loaded activities. Now, a great exercise for an introductory loaded activity is the old nodding bird, which looks something like this. You're going to grab a weight. We'll take our medicine ball. I'm going to put it down on the ground. Okay, and you're going to, with the injured leg as the stance leg, get back here, ball. Injured leg as the stance leg. You're going to work on being able to support yourself as you reach down for your load, whatever that is. Ball, dumbbell, can be a 5-pound dumbbell, whatever, we don't care. But you're looking for nice, smooth, controlled, steady movement as you bend down and release, bend down and pick up. You won't be able to do that when you've got a freshly injured set of adductor muscles, so let this be more of an end stage exercise. You'll notice as you do it that those muscles are firing like crazy to stabilize the hip, and the reason that they're doing that is that's part of the job that they do. So this is more of an advanced exercise. If you can handle doing 8 of those in a row without any pain or discomfort, you're well along your way to rehab and success on recovering from this injury. So think about that. There's a few introductory and then more advanced exercises for you to do when you have a groin strain, and a couple of self-tests as well, so that you know if that is indeed what you're looking at. Give it a shot, let me know how it goes, and happy sporting. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Foam roller?
Oh, we won't worry about that. I guess it's too late now.